Off the coast of Louisiana tonight, a race is underway to head off a major man-made disaster.
The oil platform that was on fire is gone.
Oil is now leaking into the ocean at a rate of up to 1,000 barrels a day.
Oil still gushes.
Was really just an extraordinary tragedy, and to come on the heels of our efforts to recover after Katrina and Rita, Gustav and Ike was almost too much to believe.
You know, we've had some tough times. We've had some disasters one behind the other, and look like as soon as we recuperate from one, here another one happen.
Our industry's been digging itself out of a hole for 5 or 6 years now. From infrastructure to money borrowed to pay off debt to try and stay alive to redeveloping their facilities, redoing their boats.
Right when Katrina came, of course, we lost a lot of our boats. So we managed to get 2 boats back.
You know, we've been working hard just to get back to square one.
You've done all of this work and finally it's about to pay off. It's starting to pay off for you, and here comes the oil spill.
With the hurricane, you have physical damage, but then you have organizations, donations or government help to put you back into business right away. Now with the oil spill, we were shut down for 8 months. That's considered a whole season.
A strong seafood industry means a strong oil industry that's done their job. The 2 industries in this state are seafood and oil, and we're attached at the hip.
We had to recover not only from the spill, but then we had the blow of the moratorium, which was, in my opinion, a terrible overreach on the part of the federal government.
A shutting down of an industry for 6 months that provides the much needed energy that we need in this country was not necessary. And we're still seeing the economic impacts of that.
Never in our wildest dreams or in our imaginations did we ever expect a moratorium to ensue as a result of this catastrophe. We had projects that were on the books that were going to be completed in years to come. How do we plan? How do we adjust? How do we keep our employees? How do we keep people from being afraid of losing their jobs?
This coast was in crisis long before the oil spill.
The Delta area is one of the most significantly eroding areas in all of North America.
We've lost the size of the state of Rhode Island.
We had lost over 1,800 square miles of land since the 1930s. We had this very critical land loss issue beforehand. We also always have this immediate urgent need every hurricane season for protection. How do you advance those in the face of this environmental disaster?
The Restore Act represents our efforts to capture 80% of the penalty money that should be quite significant.
The funding future without significant funding as a result of the spill is not very positive.
We want that money to stay home in the Gulf Coast, off the coast of Louisiana where that spill occurred, and invest that money in responding to the long-term degradation of this important coastline, not just for the people of Louisiana, not just for the people of the Gulf Coast, but all of America counts on this coastline to support their jobs and their industries. So having a vital coast, Gulf Coast, is important to have a vital economy for the U.S. There's still outstanding work that has to be done. We need to get the permitting process back up and running.
We need to see rigs that left coming back into the Gulf.
Hopefully we can keep that Restore Act coming down out of Washington.
So we need to get that done right away. It's taken us 2 years to get this major bill together, but it is ready to be passed. The Senate gave it a very strong vote of 76 bipartisan Democrats and Republicans. And then we have to make sure that the Restore money is used wisely for long-term investments for fisheries and wildlife, but particularly fisheries in our Gulf Coast.
If this industry is going to survive, we have to make investments.
We also need to realize what this Gulf means to this country. 1/3 of the domestic seafood in the country comes from right here. You know, so that's a big deal.
I think people just need to feel confident in the fact that we have an administration that understands what burdens we've been through and understands the fears that we have and realize that, you know, we are individuals that really do work hard. We're not looking for a handout. We're not looking for anybody to come here and make things better. What we're looking for is to be able to continue to work in the environment that we know and do our job.
Some people have often asked us, you know, how do y'all keep y'all sanity through all of this?
People in this area are very resilient. We've been through hurricanes, we've been through, you know, downturns in the industry.
You learn to deal with disasters and diversity and of events, you know. So I mean, and you just move forward. This is where we live. This is what we do. Fishing is this community is the backbone of what we are down here on the bayou.